Hello! Whoa! Yes, I'm back. I'm doing this. I apologize for the delay. It's I've been having a fight with Flight Simulator all day, and I've sort of given up now. And I'm trying to get the new Rex add-on to work, and it's not working. And I've had to like register on there for it. And this music is incredibly loud. Please be quiet. My ears can only take so much punching. Oh well, that okay, fine, that works. Yeah. Doing flight sim stream and people slamming doors in the background. Here's the sim. Doing a Duke flight, and you may have noticed it's absolutely chucking it down. I just booted up the weather engine and was greeted with great British weather. It totally didn't cross my mind, but it's totally been like it's totally been raining all day. I'm up in York at the moment. This is East Midlands, which is only slightly south of York. It makes sense. The rain's come here, so we'll get this baby fired up. Let's just get the lights on. In fact, let's not get that on because that's going to cause lag, and we don't have any passengers anyway. So I think we want to get the engines going. It's going to be a very cold start, so we don't want to flood them too much. So I think what we're going to do is just do quite a quick start of number 2. That's the wrong switch. 1, 2, 3, crank. There we go. Okay, the engine's on. And the fuel pump, well, we'll let the engine get up to temperature first. What is the outside temperature at the moment? I mean, it's probably not that cold. the bounty needle. It's 12 degrees. It's not that cold, but it's wet. Yeah, the fuel pumps don't have separate sounds, which is a bit odd. Okay, now the starters are disengaged. Switch the generators on. Main inverter, avionics master can come on, and the fuel boost can come off. And we're going to lean them out a little bit. Just a bit, just, you know, to avoid getting a bit silly. So we're going to the Isle of Man because it's not too far away and it's a nice little flight we can do in the Duke. Please, can we have it really warm in here? There's a bunch of these need to come on. I don't actually know what any of these like levers do. I should probably read the manual, but hey. So we'll put, whoops, beacon, nav, lights can go on. I guess we'll put our taxi light on. Oh my god, is that even on? Is that taxi light on? It is on, okay. GPS, I mean, I'm only going to have for convenience. There's very little reason to use it. We're going old school. We're using, well, old school. We're using ADF stuff. We'll put transponder on altitude. There's really little point for a serious code, so we'll put that. Autopilot we don't really need. How are the engines looking? Okay, they're warming up. Autopilot we're not too bothered about. I think really we'll go up to about 6,000. I think 6,000 is probably good. I mean, it depends where the turbulence is. That might be right in the clouds and we'll just get buffeted. Let's do that. Roll. Let's do heading, hold. So we've got a bunch of VORs to tune. So first things first, we've got to tune Shawbury, which is 116.8. So we'll put that in first. 116.8, which we should pick up or not. And we want the, and just to configure it, we want the inbound course 271. Yeah. 271. That's the course we want. Heading, we're probably going to set to the runway heading, which I'll set it. I mean, it's basically 27, but it's sort of around. It's not actually 27, so I'll set that. And then we may as well set up our second one in the standby, which is then we're going to Wallasey, which is 114.1. So we'll put that in. So put that in there, and we'll also, I guess, put that in nav 2. So we'll see it happening, and also in nav2 we can put. I mean, you can do this, but I'm just going to do this to remind myself because I'm going to forget. We'll put the course from Wallasey, which is 339, so we'll put that in here. That's like this way. That's 424. It's 339, so that'll come alive when we're approaching the crossover point, and then what I'll do is I'll probably end up engaging heading mode, swing the course around, and then swing. And then as soon as the course goes dead, swing the heading. In fact, actually, that's the thing. No, I'm a fool. We just need to remember to swing the course around, because I forgot how VORs work. And when we get there, we're not going to need to change it. We can just follow the outbound on 339 from Shawbury, and then we can change over to Wallasey in that leg. You know, you put it in heading hold. I keep looking at my weather engine. Go away. You're confusing me. Thank you. And I just muted the sim. Let's go. I wish there was a way to stop it from doing that, but there really isn't. There's not really much else we need. We can put our thing in. I'm going to have to click it. It's 359 kilohertz for our ADF, so I'll just put it in. That was very long-winded. 3, 5, 9. Boop. That's the Isle of Man runway NDV, which is quite nice of them to have that. I'm not sure why our autopilot just changed, but it changed. QNH, I'm honestly going to cheat and just press B. Yeah, I'm sorry. That upsets people, but that's the way it is. The engines look alright. The moment the thing is set, so we'll actually go approach flaps for takeoff. These are all good. Icing is probably might be an issue, so I'll actually put pitot install warning. Prop heat. Prop amps. Okay. The ice switch off. Okay, I'll leave it off. Yeah, the engines are running much colder. Like the other day, I was in America. I was flying around Salt Lake City just to try out the airport textures, and the idle at this like same power setting, you know, at about 1000 RPM, they were right near the top at the same, you know, with closed cowl flaps, like those are closed. So, where the bloody hell is the runway? So, are we even going the right way? Yeah. So that's the direction we want to be heading in. So I guess, oh, this lag is. I found out 1500 RPM is really nice to get her going. I cannot see the ground markings. It's so drenched. That's the Rex HD airports. I cannot see the ground markings at all. So this is really going to be a little bit fun. Oh, what's that? What's that? Oh, oh my goodness. Okay, I think that there's like a horizontal, there's a taxiway. Ah, there, I see it, I see it, I see the marking. Okay, there we go. There we go. I mean, really, you know, I should have pushed back, but I think it's kind of acceptable for GA planes because there's nothing in front of them to just. If there's no one in the way, you know, you just taxi and do a loop-de-loop and then go around if you want. I mean, obviously don't do a loop-de-loop on the ground, that's ill-advised and you're probably going to die, so. Get our DME switched on, because that's probably going to be useful to know when we're on top of it. I planned the route properly, not like the other terrible stream that you can't watch because it's so bad I got rid of it. Yeah, I actually planned it using real VORs and not just random-ass DME units sat in the middle of freaking nowhere, so, yes. I remember when I started using DirectX 10 in FSX, there was a real palaver because the rain would the rain was, you see how the rain's like right next to me? It almost looks like it's falling like right in front, and that's took a while to get right, because by default what happens is the rain like falls in, it doesn't fall in like a 5-meter radius around your aircraft, or I think it might be actually around your camera, but I'm not sure. I think it, or is it around the aircraft? But when we get up to speed, you can already see like the rain tilts. When we get up up to full speed, it flies past you and it looks really cool. I'm pretty sure I saw a flash of lightning like when I loaded in. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I saw a flash of lightning. So do not try this in real life. This is like a terrible idea, and you should never ever fly a plane in this weather, but I'm going to do it for entertainment purposes. Maybe we'll get up there and it'll be turbulent as all hell, and I'm going to get blown out the sky. There's just grey clouds as far as the eye can see, so this is really going to be something of an adventure. But yeah, I really like this plane. It's one of my favourites. I really want to get the Turbine Duke, but you can't buy it from the site, and I don't really want to pirate it. It's sort of like, because they've closed RealAir. You can't buy products from them anymore. They're not developing anything. Is there like wind? Am I getting blown to the right side? Like, feels like I am. Or is there like just a big dead zone on my rudder? Right? But yeah, and the Turbine Duke is a real interesting plane, because I kind of want it just for speed, but also it's a bit of an interesting challenge. For the first time ever, I saw a post on the Flight Sim subreddit with the Piston Duke, the same plane I'm in now. I mean, not the same exact model, but it was this Piston Duke, and I was like, wow, because I never see it, because everyone just like Turbine Duke, Turbine Duke, Turbine Duke all the time. It's the best plane ever, and you should always use it and never use anything else. And I guess it's really because the Turbine Duke is in prepared. Like, you can get it for prepared, and you can't get this for prepared. I think it works. Like, I'm pretty sure the video I saw was from prepared, but no one ever flies this plane, which is a shame, because I actually prefer piston aircraft to turbine. For GA, anyway. I don't know. There's some funny lag. The rain just makes it. The rain makes it so much more obvious that there's lag. I mean, it's Flight Simulator. It only runs so well. It's probably going to be all right when we're up in the air. Oh, yeah, talking about ground lag. That was a fun bug I had when I first got the game, and like you'd get no FPS, well, not no FPS, but you'd get like real choppy frames and lag on the ground. But as soon as you take off, it's fine. And it turns out if you have force feedback enabled, which I think it is by default, then the game does that, because it's like trying to calculate rumbles and stuff, and just like using up loads of CPU time and stuff. And yeah, and it's interesting that. So we could do a run up, but this is a real impromptu stream, and I'm not being RP. Oh god. And yeah, of course the runway textures still haven't worked, but why would they? You get to see the lights though. The lights might be quite good. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. There's like trees clipping through the lights. Cannot win with this game, I swear. Right. Just gonna sort of... looks like our heading is set okie dokie right about there. Yeah. pretty much bang on. It's probably not bang on, and it's like FSX being dumb, but I think we're good to go. The trim, yeah, we should be good. I mean, the autopilot's probably going to take care of it, because I might not. We'll see. But I'm actually going to put the brakes on. And what I'm going to try and do. Then my engines are going to get too hot. Hold on a sec. Let me at least half open the doors. You shouldn't. Oh yeah, and full mixture, because we're going to need all the power we can get. So holding the brakes on. I want to just get up until the turbos catch. There, like I'm not moving the throttle, but it's accelerating the engine power. So now we'll release the brakes. Did like half the lights just disappear or what? Oh, blimey! I'm still getting used to the kick when power comes in. And we can rotate, yeah, about 90 knots. Woohoo! Let's get the gear up. And those flaps. Blimey!
Retard, retard, retard.
Oh! 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 That's a thing! That's a Twitch thing! What happened? What? I missed it. Because I can't see it. Oh, that was like a thing that like... Oh, it's someone playing silly buggers with me. I feel like I'm being trolled. But I don't have the information to verify it. Right, okay. So, let's just... Alright, okay, we have our nav thing. It's 47 miles, so I'll hit nav to get us on that course, and we're in the climb. So I'll set climb power, which is different, but usually like I like the cruise climb, which is like 38? Is it 38 inches? If I can find it. There. And then 2750 RPM. I forgot the landing lights. Oh, I'm such a bad pilot. I honestly. I will just leave them off. Leave those off. We don't need those. And there, we've just got our second radios come online, which is great. So it's following this, and it's going quite. Maybe it's 36. I can't remember. Hold on. Is it K? It's not K. Is it F10? It's F10. It's in the checklist. It does tell you some power settings. Typical climb. It's 35.5, 2750. Yeah. We're on 36.5, and we just pull it back a little bit. Because I mean that's fast that we're going right now. We're not really achieving the. Yeah, come on. Yeah, that's more like it. That's the climb performance I'm after here. I'm not sure what it was doing, because like I'm pretty sure like V climb in this plane is 120 knots, right? And with this sort of power setting, it's actually pretty good. Like I'm gonna stay above that because there's buffeting, and I don't trust it. But yeah, that retard thing is my Twitch. I've forgotten which one, but it's one of them. Yeah, I'm not prepared, but this is some funky angle. I don't know what the weather's like what the wind is. Sorry. Okay, it's 192 degrees at 40 knots, which is some wind. We might have some trouble landing if it's as bad as it is on the Isle of Man. You might be able to hear the engines as like the notes changing. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to lean them out. You see the fuel flow gauge changing? That's the other way to lean. Oh, since when did we get like this effect? That's neat. Look at this crab. Look at this crab angle. This is ridiculous. Like, you can see the direction we're at, like, going, and the direction the nose is pointing, and silly. You see the engines are getting hot. That's a low. I just looked at that speed and couldn't quite believe it. But we're leveling off now, so we should speed up. But I just looked at that and it just gave me a heart attack. I mean, obviously the plane's got a stall warning. We're not at full power, so I could punch it, but I don't know if 6,000 feet is like a good altitude for this. Now that we have that much, like, I might go a bit higher. I might go up to 10. I pressed it wrong. Yeah, it's the vertical speed mode is the one you want. Vertical speed. Or maybe go for a shallower climb and hold some of that speed. So this shouldn't be too noisy anymore, because last time I did this plane, it made speed. It's not really quiet, but it shouldn't be really noisy. You hear the engines again? The dipping? Oops, that was too much mixture. So that's leaner pipe peak, which we don't want. They don't run well, so we go slightly richer peak. They're probably going to start heating up. You can even see the cylinder temperature rising. So we've got 40 miles to go. What's the temperature at? Oh, it's dropped 1 degree. I'm not going to bother compensating for true airspeed until we finish our climb. The engines are alright. I think it's because we're going slightly faster. Ah, yeah, look at this. We're above the clouds now. In fact, I'm actually not going to do 10,000 feet. I'm going to do 8, because this looks plenty high enough, and the pressurization 10,000 is like the absolute maximum that you can go to and remain at sea level, and I don't want to get close to that. It's probably a bad decision, so I'll stop here. Right. So it feels like we're nose up, but we're actually not. We're actually flat, but it feels like to me that we're nose up. So we can probably go to like cruise. I'm pretty sure like it's fucking useless, the checklist, and just says power set as desired. Ah, yeah, well thanks. I think I find 32 inches of manifold pressure, and just lean real quick. And I find like 2450 I think is quite a good cruise power. That's like for noise abatement, 2450 works really nicely. We've gone into cloud, I think. Have we? Or the rain has stopped. Ooh! That's pretty! Look at that. Oh, this is beautiful. This is oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. That is some view. That is wow. Blimey. This is like my dream. My dream is to be able to do this, to be putzing about above Britain in a plane like this. I mean, I don't expect to ever do it. Certainly not in a Duke, because there's probably only about 12 left on the planet that actually work, and half of those are kept for spares. So, you see now, you see the engines are cooling off a little bit. So we're cruising quite happily. Okay, I can compensate for our true now. So 0 degrees at 8,000. So what you do is you set this thing up here, and you see that 0 degrees there. You line that up. So we need to configure this, and we set this to 8, and you set 8 at the 0, and then that's our true airspeed, which is like 196 knots. I don't know if it actually tells you that. 197. I don't. Does that change if I do this? No, it doesn't. So I actually said it correctly. But yeah, I had to look up a video on how to do that because it's not something that's immediately obvious. But yeah, so 197, 196 knots is pretty good. Yeah, then 175 ground speed. So we've probably got like some sort of headwind. Well, I mean, yeah, well, we've got some sort of wind going on because there's, you know, this crab angle is silly. So there's clearly something going on, but I don't know what. But yeah, this is what I was talking about the other streams. You're sat on the wing, which makes landing this plane really hard because you always think that, or I find it difficult. I find the flare hard because it's hard to know where your mains are when you're coming down. So I always clonk it. Last time I was doing some pattern work, and that was quite good fun. But when I was doing the pattern work, it was like I kept clonking it, and then one time I didn't clonk it, but I what the fuck? Oh, that's like a texture that hasn't loaded in. I just Microsoft Flight Simulator X logo, and there's no sound. No exterior sound. I think my computer's having a problem loading in all these ridiculous cloud textures. There we go. There we go. And the sounds come back. Would you look at that? This is a beautiful time of day to fly in the evening, I think, in the dusk. It really just is my favourite. So these lights here you can put on. These lights are like the cabin lights. So that's, you know, people can see. But, you know, you probably shouldn't have that on. It's like a storm light, but we want to have night vision. We want to see outside. So, how long have we got? 18 miles left, 6 minutes at this ground speed. So, what we're going to do is when we change over, when we get very close, so I'm going to say when we get to 2 miles away, I'm going to engage heading, hold on the autopilot, and set it to whatever heading we're on. And then what I'm going to do is spin the course around to 339 degrees. Well, in fact, actually, that's what I should do is set the heading hold to 339. Right. And then when we're on top of the VOR, which will be signified by that arrow disappearing, that white arrow, which means we've lost the signal because we're on top of the radio station. Then what I'm going to do is hit heading, begin the turn, spin the course knob around to match it, and then hit nav again. And when the VOR, oh no, keep it until the VOR comes back online, and then we'll hit nav, and then something funny just happened, and we just dropped 100 feet. I don't know what the hell happened there. Because I noticed that went into like altitude arm mode. I think there was something silly happened. The weather engine updates every half an hour, so. And now the rain has returned. Fuck. But yes, so good thing we have 2 engines because we're flying over ocean for part of this flight. We're flying. It's not very far, admittedly. There's probably only about. It's probably about 40 miles or so over ocean. And you could totally glide like half of it. I mean, I probably could go much higher, and I probably should, like, because according to ETOPS, I probably should go, like, I don't know. I probably should fly about 20,000 feet, because I can. 18,000 feet. I could. When I look at if I'll see how far it is, but this thing doesn't descend awfully fast, and most of the time I overshoot. I've got a bit of leeway because of the approach I've decided to go with. We're going to fly basically straight towards, there's a VOR at like one end of the runway or a little bit past it, and we're going to basically fly straight over that VOR and fly past it, and then sort of do a big sweeping left-hand turn onto the ILS, which we might actually need to use given the weather. We might need to use a proper instrument approach. So I'm going to probably fly quite far out because we're going to want like the full 8-mile final to make sure we're established correctly on the ILS. So there we go, things just popped up on my screen. See, and I don't know if the QNH got set silly, but now we're descending a little bit, which is only 100 feet, so it's not a big deal. The rain just obscures my whole view. I'm a bit annoyed about it, really. But oh well. So we're 8 miles out. Once I do the turn, I'll kick back and I'll put on some music, and we can relax for most of the cruise. I feel like I ought to climb. I feel like I should climb a little bit higher and try and punch above all these clouds. So, but I don't want to do that until we do the VOR switch, because I don't want to do the VOR like changeover while I'm climbing. That just sounds like a recipe for disaster. But I'm just going to quickly check the plan. So we have... Oh, I thought it was my plane, but again, there's a humming in my building that is like exactly the same frequency as my engines, and Right. So yeah, we've got quite a long leg, and then we've got a shorter leg, and then we have a leg, the longest one. So we have, yeah, a 48-mile leg, which we're currently on, a 39-mile leg, and then a 70-mile leg. So this flight is going to be a little bit longer. It says we're actually a minute out, so we probably want to watch now. We want to not be silly. We want to watch what's going on our things here. You see that? We're actually coming up to that established. So we also need to do that before we start our climb. But all eyes on this thing, and get ready to hit heading. Pretty much almost as soon as the thing. Actually, this is going to be an enormous crosswind. I just realised, because it's blowing us like this way. Wait. Yeah, we're getting blown. No, we're getting blown to the right. So we might have a really big tailwind when we do make this turn, which could be quite fun, and we could potentially have a very fast ground speed. So want to watch out for that. Want to watch out for our airspeed decreasing as well. That's going to happen probably. But until that happens, 2.5 miles, 0 minutes left, according to our DME. So it's very, very soon, any minute now, less than any minute now. We're gonna lose signal, and that's when we do the thing. ADF, I think, ADF is the yellow needle, whereas the green needle is VOR2. So we have VOR2. We can see that we have VOR2. However, we don't have the ADF yet, but it's fine because we're over 100 miles away. So I don't expect it to pick up. I mean, unless we were really high and there's too much cloud, probably. There we go. So we're going to hit heading, and then spin this over to 339. There we go. So that arrow at the bottom now means it's an outbound course we're following. That means it's an inbound, because it knows we're flying away from the VOR. So what we're actually going to do now is set heading a little bit over to one side, like that. Just a little bit over, and then we're going to hit nav. And now it's armed nav, so we're still in heading mode, but we're arming nav, because what we're going to do is intercept this course. So I'm just going to sort of set this over here, and then the plane's going to sort of fly this intercept angle of about, oh, it's about, yeah, here we go, there we go. And so any second now, it's going to capture with nav and turn back to follow the course, which it's doing quite slowly. There we go. It's a bit, the autopilot's a bit funny. Now the hard bit is, once we get established on this, we want to, which it might take a little bit of porpoising to do. Please don't start porpoising plane. Like, that's far too far over. I really don't want to have to, but I feel like I'm gonna have to do it myself. It'll get better the further away you fly, because when you're close to a VOR, of course, the needle's super sensitive, because you know, the VOR is, you're really close to it. So any like, if your plane moves like 2 or 3 meters to one side, it'll have a bigger, no, more than that, 20 or 30 meters, you'll have a sizable deflection on your HSI. However, if we're, like, you'll notice this isn't moving very fast, because we're well, let's see, 32 miles away. So now we're going to make the switch. So you'll see that we're sort of mostly established and in a stable sort of flight. So we're going to go back into heading now. And then what we're going to do is switch over. And now we have the signal. So I'm just going to put it back in nav. And now we're inbound to our second waypoint, which is grand. So what we're going to do is tune our third waypoint, our third and final waypoint, which is the Isle of Man, and it's 112.2, and so we'll put that in the standby. And I'll actually tune it into nav2, and we've actually picked it up, which is incredible, that we've actually picked it up. But and then the course from Wallasey to Isle of Man is 310, so I'm going to put that in here so I don't forget, which is back this way. There. So of course we're not on the course right now, that wouldn't make sense. But we're 8 minutes to the next VOR, so I feel like I'm going to start a climb to 12,000 feet. So what I'm going to do is pull our pressurization up to about 13,000, give us a ceiling of 13,000, and then I'm going to flip our altitude climb to 12,000 feet, and we're going to give ourselves a climb rate of 8,000 feet. No, we're going to need less because we're cruise power, so 700 feet per minute. You see our cabin altitude is now climbing, which is a little bit fast, and doesn't need to climb that fast at all. Yeah, 525 feet per minute is a bit more acceptable. Okay. So we're now climbing out of that cloud cover and hopefully into cleaner air, but I really don't know. Also, I've probably got the value wrong. Like, it shouldn't be 12,000, it should be 11,000 or something. You're supposed to use odd and even for different directions, and because we're westbound right now, so I'm actually gonna you know what? I'll give it a cheeky Google. Cheeky Google is IFR altitude. Rule of thumb. It's very much, it's the IFR altitude rule of thumb. So that's not useful. It feels like we're just really nose up. I don't know if it... I think it's just the wind makes me feel like, you know, whoa, like that's we're like that nose up, but we're not. You know, that you sort of see the ground. That it's fucking with me. You know what I should switch on? Your dampener. Thank you. Probably should have had that on the whole time, but I can't find it. Headings from 180 to 359 should be even thousands for IFR, and even thousands plus 500 for VFR. Okay, yeah, so I was correct. So even thousands. In fact, we're something else I'm totally forgetting, and is engines, and we're gonna need a little bit more power now that we're in the climb. Again, it's not a particularly steep climb, but it's steep enough that we're losing all our speed, and I don't want that to happen. We're also going to need to readjust our altimeter again. Not altimeter, fuck me. Airspeed indicator. We're going to need to readjust it because we've changed our altitude, and the temperature will have changed, and so it's no point doing it in a climb though. You see our engine's actually got quite warm because of the high power application at slow speed, and the airflow wasn't there. The engine simulation in this plane is really nice. You can't blow them up. You can in the Turbine Duke, which I think is one of the reasons a lot of people prefer it. Is it has operational failures as well as random failures. This plane has neither. You can fail the engines yourself by pulling the mixture to 0. That's the only option you have. You cannot... Sorry, excuse me. There's no random failures unless you program them. There's no operational ones either. You can't, you know, like, have an oil leak because of high oil pressure or something. You can't, like, cause an issue yourself. That's not an option. This is quite cool. This is one of the first sort of IFR flights I've done in the Duke in actual IMC. That's instrument meteorological conditions, that is fucking torrential rain and thick cloud cover. Yeah, because I've done IFR flights before, but they've been in clear skies or just sort of overcast, and once you get above the clouds it's not an issue, but I'm like, looking out the window is seriously becoming a problem for me right now. So you see we're almost at 12,000 feet. And I'll stay at 12,000 feet, and for a 3 degree... so that's the thing is, I need to work out where my top of descent is. It's like if we descend at... I'm going to descend at about 1,000 feet per minute. That's usually quite a round figure. Then to get from 12,000 down to 2,000 or 3,000, that's going to be 8 minutes. And it looks like we can cover about 20 miles in 8 minutes. So about 20 miles from the VOR, well, about 8 minutes, about 10 minutes from the VOR, we need to start descending to about 3,000 feet. And then we'll do the loop and hopefully intercept the ILS by the time we get down. So we see what was 5 miles inbound. Are we over the ocean yet? Nearly. You see that we're about, you see on the GPS, we're about to go over the ocean. Not yet though. I think that's it down there, but I can't quite see. That's partially why I climbed a little bit, because I want a bit more altitude, a bit more leeway in case there's an engine problem. And I've left my thing not on my Twitch dash, so I can't see it. Let me just get Streamlabs up. because I want to see what that alert was. I don't know if it was like an error or what. I want to see it on the stream. You know what my bet is? Is it's one of my friends trolling me. It's like Josh or Sam or someone else who saw that I was streaming and was like, oh dear. It's probably Sam actually, or Sam or Josh, because Sam knows that I have alerts, and I think Josh does as well. So he's like, oh, I'm going to unfollow and refollow to be a meme, because yeah, it's real funny. I got very excited. I think retard is the follow. I've got 2 others for this stuff, and yeah, of course, this joke is not worth money to these guys. They're not about to they're not about to let you pay money for a joke. Oh shit. Don't make me log in properly. Like, remember my login, please. Okay, I think it has. Because you can see your like past notifications, so I can see like what happened. No, that's like that's a new person who isn't, unless my Twitch dash is broken. I've got a new follow. I've no idea who on earth they are. It's RQZers. I'm terribly sorry for this massive delay. I'm half an hour late on this announcement, but RQZers, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. There's not too much going on at the moment. We're possibly a little bit fast, so I'm going to pull our power back to 32 like last time, and I'm also going to re-lean our engines. No, I'm actually that's because I'm a fool and I'm not adjusting the thing I thought I was adjusting. Yeah, so... Ah, shit! I was busy doing Twitch things and I missed my fucking changeover. Oh, well, what's the heading? 331? No, it's 310. Let's go heading. Oh, I'm a terrible pilot. Don't stream and fly. It's a bad idea. Wait, no. So it's 310, so I'll turn to... excuse me. Okay, plane's capturing the nav. That's plane. No, plane. That's too steep of a bank. Don't do it. Oh. Oh, that's clever. See, we're over the ocean now. 62 miles to the Isle of Man. I'm just gonna do the switcheroo, and then I'm gonna go get a drink, and yeah, and I'll put some music on for you guys. In fact, I'll do that now. I'll just put that put the music on. Hold on. Go a bit louder than that, I think. Okay, we got our music on. Yeah, see that intercept is just a little bit too... maybe not. I'll calibrate our, so it's -6 and 12. So what we do is we sort of line up our 12 with about -6, but you see me, that is like 30 there, so... Going to be like there somewhere, 206 knots. Yeah, that's about right. That's not bad for an eyeball. Engines look good still. No temperatures. Temperatures are normal, completely normal. Speed's good. I'm just waiting for it to complete the changeover. In fact, I'll tune... Oh no, this is the last one, isn't it? Isle of Man. 112.2, yeah. So, actually, the next thing I need to tune is the ILS. So it's going to be, well, I mean, it's hopefully it's going to be 08, but actually what is our wind at? Is it 2-1? Is that from 2-1 or at 2? No, it's at 2-1, but I don't know if that means from. I don't know actually. Looks like we've almost captured the thing there. Well, I'll tune the ILS anyway. I think we'll go for 08. So that's going to be oops. So it's 111.15. And the heading is 087, apparently. There you go. Right. So now that we're all sort of established, I'm just gonna go and grab some more water, and I'll be back in just a sec. Oh, I'm back. Right. Yeah, I wonder if I can get like Nightbot to announce follows, because that way I'll actually see it. Because I can see chat, but I can't see the alerts. Oh. I mean, you can go much faster in this plane. Like, if you want, you know, VNE is 240. It's like 241 or something. So you can go damn fast. So you can cruise at 200 easily. I don't. I'm happy with this. That's some ground speed. I'm just gonna reload my dash. Just in case there's an issue. Because Twitch dashboard, sometimes it just really doesn't play ball. This FPS. I'm sorry, it's probably my fault for like switching it around. It's probably also the rain. Like that also doesn't help. Dashboard is dumb. Excuse me. Let's move that so I can like. Couldn't care less. Right. It's Twitch notifications. Ooh! Yay! The weather updated and there's no more rain. It's excellent. Nah, GPS is useful to have. Ah, so yeah, actually, wait. I see. It says 10 minutes. So maybe we should start a descent. Right, descending in this plane is a bit of a pain. I'm gonna go down to 6,000. This might take us below the clouds, and we might be able to see the airport. Oh, see, we have ADF. ADF is acquire, see? Whoops. So the yellow needle is pointing to the runway. Don't have ILS signal yet, but that's kind of understandable. Oh, hey! Speak of the devil. Yeah, okay, ILS is alive. And we're actually 27 miles to the runway, which makes sense because the runway is like, we just blew through ILS apparently. This does actually see it's actually got glide slope, which makes me concerned that I've. Does it not? No, it says ILS. 111.15. I mean, it says it has glide slope. No, I'm pretty sure I've flown to this place before, right? I'm pretty sure. I want to watch the engines because if it gets too if we end up going too slow, then the engines can overheat because there's not enough air to cool them. The rain's come back as well. Actually, you know, I thought it funny before that we had rain while we were above the clouds, which doesn't really compute. There is water effects on the windscreen, you just can't see them at all. You know, I seriously hope I can actually see the runway, like, at all. Could be a problem. I don't like this song going. Look at this idiot there. I'm just not in the mood. Not quite. This is probably quite a good one. That fuel flow is damn low, I have to say. This is quite interesting, like not being able to see anything. Like at all. It's a little bit unnerving. I've never done like IFR training, even in the sim with like foggles, so I'm not used to flying blind. Well, you know, without eyes. You know, I can only see the instruments. I mean, the GPS is a bit of a cheat. Trying to just like work out from the numbers where the hell you are is a daunting task, and it's why a lot of pilots struggle with the instrument rating, I think. It's just like, this is all you have, you know, like, there. That's like all you have. If you don't have that, you know, it's pretty scary. Oh, that's the sea. I'm pretty sure that's the sea down there. So it looks like the cloud cover is a little bit broken, which is nice. I'm glad of that. There you go, there's the ILS flag. Oh, we have glide slope. We have the glide slope. So that's the ILS flag. There. So, you see we're coming in sort of over the top. So that's why I don't really want to go lower than... I'll go down to 3. And then we'll just do a big loop and hopefully capture the ILS. And then I'll bring it down in ILS, and then I'll land it myself. I mean, obviously, you can't auto-land this GA plane, but... What's the wind like? Because I reckon we might actually have to do the other approach. The wind is at 180. Oh, fuck it, I can't be bothered. That means it's probably a bitchin' crosswind, but hey. Come on, we can do it, we can do it. I know the Duke can do it. I don't actually know what the rated crosswind is, but I feel confident. But there's some land, there's some land. Oh. Oh, we've just lost the glide slope. So the airport should be just off of that side. Well, if there wasn't a dirty grey engine in the way, you might be able to see it. Yeah, we're still really high. Do my old drop us out of the sky maneuver. Oh no, the gear lights are supposed to be off. I'm an idiot, it's fine. It's going to set cabin altitude goal to sea level, so we're going to get depressurized soon. See, we're just crossing the ILS feather there. There we go. So it's 087 degrees, gotta remember that. And it is an ILS, so I think we can keep our 200 foot minimums, but I'll probably disengage about 500 feet, we'll see. So we're coming up on 3,000 feet now. And it would appear that we have no roll authority in the autopilot, which is a bit creepy. So I'll just keep heading hold for the time being. And seeing as we're in heading hold, oh, shish, wrong way. Now I don't think this is a back course approach, but we'll probably find out pretty quickly if it is. It doesn't say. I'm pretty sure this isn't the back course. The other one is the back course. That turbulence does not look appealing. Okay, 087 degrees set. Let's just flip that over. There we go. See, we have our glide slope. And we're 10 miles from the airport. So QNH is set. I'm going to start turning us to be perpendicular. Not, sorry, parallel. What am I talking about? Parallel to the course. The engines are getting hot. Okay, well, we're going to do a sort of takeoff config thing a little bit. We're going to go, I want to push them up to full bridge. That'll cool them off a little bit. I'm also going to push the props up to full. And drop the... no, I won't... we're not really on the approach yet, but... Those engines are getting a bit hot, but then we are quite slow. Better safe than sorry. I mean, overcooling the engines is an issue, but I feel like overheating them is worse. Right, well that was some lag, I have to say. That's also some lag. Can we stop that? We're also stuck in the rain unless I update the weather. And it goes away because the program's set to not update weather below 5,000 or 6,000 feet. No, we're stuck in the rain. It's a rainy landing. So all I'm going to do is use the heading control to turn us onto an intercept course for the ILS, which is going to be about that. Well, I'm assuming we don't blow through the localizer on this turn, and hopefully we don't. I'm also going to switch on our landing lights and taxi light. Do we have a no, we don't. We have a very low though. We're not on like the approach course as normal. So yeah, this is definitely IMC. We need an ILS, which is good that we have one. I'm not taking us to some, you know, an airport that doesn't have a proper ILS. I think, hold on, that's something there. There's like a tiny speck on the ground, and I know for a fact that there's no other buildings like have point lights other than airports and FSX. So there it is. And the Isle of Man probably would look like this. There's not that many houses, so even at night there's not going to be too much, you know, light interference. In fact, no, I'm an idiot. It's not there because the airport's here somewhere. Because this is the ILS we're coming up. It's like over there. Ignore everything I just said. I'm a fool. Oh, it's actually turning to capture the approach, which is... Oh, yep, look. Here she comes. It's gonna blow through it. Not too badly though. Hopefully we don't porpoise too much. I wouldn't like to have to hand fly an ILS. I'd probably go around. Oh, that's not bad though. It's a pretty good capture. Set heading to the runway heading in case we have to go around. I saw a flicker. Just drop the first notch of flaps. Yeah, there's our runway. Holy God. Let's capture the glide slope as well. Gears coming down. It is 087, I'm not being trolled. Okay, now. That looks like the runway's like that way. and we're not like lined up with it, but oh no, it's correct. The runway is at stupid angle. 10 out of 10. Got flaps down. Oh, holy shit. Got all our lights, haven't we? Potentially a bit risky, but I'm going for another weather update in case we clear this from this rain. Oh, it's not letting me do it because it knows I'm on approach. It says approach, no weather update. Fine. Keep forgetting to hide this bar. Oh, you see we got radar altimeter now. This is the weirdest approach I've done. It's such a strange angle. A 1,000 feet almost. Was that a lightning strike? It looked like it. Could be a cloud texture not loading in. I could really do with a stable frame rate now again. Oh, that didn't look nice. Let's check we are configured, aren't we? Flaps down, gear down, lights are on. Okay. It says I'm a little high. Okay, it's the old my aircraft. Oh, I don't even know what's going on. That was scary. Oopsie daisy. Oops. This is going to be a hard one. I can tell. Oh, yep. Oh, that wasn't good. Plane's not going to thank me for that one. Well, it's probably an alright landing. I mean, it wasn't great. I remember this from the last time I was here. It's a real pain to try and get anywhere. Ah. Swing her around on the wall there. Right, now let's get lost to this airport, shall we? There's not that ridiculous ground reflection, which is probably helping a little bit, but oh, for fuck's sake. Oh no, I can see it actually. No, I can't see the ground reflection, like ground patterns at all. It feels like the rain just got heavier. Is this GA here? Shit. No it isn't, no it isn't. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Oh, I'm so lost. Head for the hangars. Oh, hold on. Oh, I think I found a parking space. Yeah. Oh. Wow. Well, whew, blimey. That was some trip. It was enjoyable though. What is this music? Do you want to like stop being silly? Yeah, that's nice. Just faffing about. Give me a hot second. Blimey, FSX has just started to like glitch. Which is pretty lucky, I guess. Well, there we go. And look, there's Arcuse's follow. Well, that was good fun. I enjoyed that. I'll probably do more flights, more IFR in the Duke. It was enjoyable, thoroughly enjoyable. Well, that's pretty much all from me. I'm probably going to try keep this up. 8 o'clock British Standard Time, so I think like 7 o'clock GMT and UTC, UCT. Even. Yeah. So, well, yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I will see you, anyone, on the next stream. Thank you very much.